On today's episode of What Did Ryan Ride to Work Today, it is the 2022 Speed Twin. As you can see, cat's still there. I haven't gone through and did the full exhaust yet. So, like right now, I've got the Tech mufflers on there on the stock headers and cat. I bought the Tech 2x2. And it was like towards the end of the season, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing the, I wanted to be able to get some miles on it and whatnot. And I didn't want to have to take a frame rail off on some of the nice final days. And then winter hit. I didn't put the rest of the exhaust on. Because I was waiting on the Tech 2-in-1 exhaust to come out. Because it was on back order forever. And I got that not too long ago. But I really like the sound of this the way that it is now. So I'm kind of debating, do I want to make it louder? Does it really need to be any louder? As it is right now, my neighbors don't really mind it so much. And it's got a nice grumble to it. It sounds good. It feels good. If I start getting too crazy, I'll have to do some tuning and stuff like that, but the bike doesn't really need to go any faster than it already does. Everything can go faster, that'd be great, but it doesn't really need it right now. I mean, it sounds nice. I can't complain one bit. Side stand. So that's the whole debate. Do I take the cat off? Do I have to get it tuned? All that fun stuff? Or do I just enjoy the sound that I have now and leave it the way it is? Because right now it doesn't really need anything. I can just ride it. Since the riding season's coming up too, I really don't want to take the time to undo everything just to I don't really want to undo everything just to get a little bit more sound out of it, because I'm completely content with the sound that I have now. Plus the bike's still under warranty. There's no real reason to push it out of warranty. Which if I do the full exhaust, I gotta tune. Doing the tune, I'm assuming, is gonna push it out of warranty. But it's just hard to complain with that sound. Now this bike is a freeway bike, so we gotta go the freeway route. The freeway route's not nearly as fun, but we do get go a lot faster. Although there's a death trap of an intersection up here that I absolutely hate, because nobody ever pays attention, because they don't ever see which side the yield sign's on, which is not the side that I'm coming from. But they just like to blast right through it, so it's the downside of taking the freeway route. I'm also slightly worried about my chin mount. My original chin mount, like double-sided tape stuff, got knocked off, and I kind of had to fix it a little bit with some double-sided tape from work. I'm slightly worried that that's not gonna hold very well. watched my GoPro go tumbling on down on the freeway. So if this video doesn't make it to the interweb, you'll know why. I lost my GoPro. So right here, we're coming on. Those people over on the other side have a yield sign, but they don't ever stop. They just keep going and plow right into the people that don't have a yield sign, which is why I don't like going this route. I do keep thinking about possibly getting a little windscreen for this, but the ones that look good, like in a small little bubble thing, don't do anything, and then the ones that do anything are like huge windscreens that just look dumb. So you get all the wind, but it's a fun bike, so I don't complain. Except for this morning when it was 35 degrees and I was getting all that wind. That was chilly. I always forget that this bike has 6th gear because it'll cruise very comfortably at 90 miles an hour in 5th gear. As nice as the freeway is for getting places faster, I do just get so bored riding on the freeway. There's no front turns. It's just freeway. So the convenience of getting places faster is nice, but the boringness that is freeway is not cool. At least it's not the KLX. We're on the KLX on the freeway. I am going faster now than I ever could on the KLX on the freeway. And I'm barely struggling at like 4,300 RPMs right now. And have plenty of room to go. I got this quad lock with the vibration dampener because I have an iPhone, but then I never end up sticking my phone in the quad lock. So I guess if I'm going somewhere where I need directions, it would be nice. So I guess it was one of those, it sounded like a great idea, but I never used it things. Hopefully this summer when we're on some getting lost adventures, I'll actually need GPS, and it won't just be commuting back and forth from work. Oh, wait! Look at that box body. Box body convertible? I can't see it. It's down there. Oh, yeah. It's nice. We had a really slow day at work to be able to get out a little early on days like this and just be able to go for a ride and then kind of enjoy everything. My maintenance light's on. 500 miles. That doesn't sound right. I thought I came on at 600 miles. I can tell you if gas does get to like $8 a gallon, this would not be the bike for it. Obviously it gets good gas mileage because it's a motorcycle, but I'm pretty sure it gets about as good gas mileage as my 2000 Ford Focus. This is just a lot more fun. Okay, Alexa would be great gas mileage. The Rascal is amazing gas mileage. It's going to see me putting around a little 125cc all the time. The gas prices get crazy. I don't like passing semis on the right because of that whole, hey, don't pass semis on the right thing, but I'm getting off here. I feel like it gives me a little bit of a pass. If I wasn't getting off here, I'd feel bad about it, but I don't. So, Speed Twin is by far my favorite bike. So originally I had a Ducati Scrambler Cafe Racer like the first year it came out. I bought it brand new. Loved it. It was great. And I got into like, I had some friends that had them. I was in some groups and people were starting to have some really strange issues with them. The timing chain tensioners breaking, or timing belt tensioners breaking before the timing belt service was ever even due, and kind of weird things like that. And once I started seeing that kind of stuff, I was like, man, that's interesting. I hadn't really heard of anything bad until a couple of people had mentioned some weird things. Then I wanted to put exhaust on it, but those are so lean from the factory that you have to tune them to put an exhaust on them, or else they're just going to lean pop all the time. Probably do more damage. So I ended up was getting ready to trade it in, and my sales guy that I usually deal with, he was telling me about the new Trident 660s. He said it's going to be very comparable, and I was like, okay, you know, triple powered Trident 660. I was like, oh, that sounds sweet. It was a good price. I had a good trade in on my bike, so everything was sounding pretty sweet. So traded in the Ducati, got the Triumph, a 660, the Trident, rode that around for like, I don't know, a handful of months. It wasn't for me. It had this delay in the throttle, and it had a couple of other kind of weird things, and only one company was even in the process of making an exhaust for it, which, like, it's a brand new bike. Yoshimura had like this like $1,300 exhaust that was in pre-order status, but other than that, like, there wasn't really anything else for it. Tech actually made a couple of I've got some parts for this, made like some levers and a couple other things, and I had a handful of things on it that I liked, that I like accessory wise that I got, but I don't know, the bike just wasn't for me. My favorite thing about the bike was the Michelin Road 5 tires. Those were amazing. I will probably put them on this when these tires wear out. But yeah, Michelin Road 5s, I will swear by those. Those are very confidence-inspiring tires. But so I did not love the bike. Like this bike, I have a Slo-Moto sticker on the back fender on it, and like I own that bike for a handful of months. It's like one of the first things I always do. Like keychain on there, put a sticker on the bike somewhere. I never even put a Slo-Moto sticker on that bike. Like, I just did not love it. And I was looking around at some stuff and came across these Speed Twins, and I was like, you know, maybe I'll go ride one of those. And I didn't. They had this black one in. It hadn't been prepped yet. It was a 2022. I knew I wanted a 2022 with the upside down forks and everything like that, and a couple little updated things here and there. And I just traded in the Trident. I rode it over there, rode this thing home, and that was it. Like, I got this and never looked back. I don't feel in the least bit bad about getting rid of that Trident. It just was not the bike for me, and this bike is the bike for me. I do love the classic styling. The classic styling's always been big for me. I started out on 70s Hondas, so like the cafe-ish kind of sleek retro look is what I like. So this bike was perfect. The Trident, I guess, some people love the triple sound, some people don't. I was somebody that didn't particularly care for the triple sound. It just sounded like a Honda Civic. Every time I'd look at it, I'd be looking at like YouTube clips of exhaust notes, and they all sounded like Honda Civics. There's just not something that I was like, if I wanted like a sport bike sound, I would have just bought a sport bike. But I'm old and fat, and these more upright seating positions do it for me. And I knew that the Trident wasn't going to be crazy fast, because it's in that like 650 category. But I was expecting it to at least be somewhat quick. But it I was just really expecting it to be closer to like my my SV650. My SV650 was a converted track bike, so that's what I was expecting it to be close to, and it was not. It was far from it. I'm pretty sure my SV650 was faster than it was. So I got this, never looked back. This thing does 100 all day long and loves it. I asked for more. I do hate this stupid gas cap. It's like a key thing. There's some companies that make this where you can take this whole thing off and it's just a twist off, so I will probably do that at some point. There's a handful of little things here and there that I wouldn't mind doing. With as purple as that exhaust is getting, I do think maybe a little bit of tuning, enriching it up a little bit. But other than that, it's just a great bike. Hands down my favorite. It seems to not get as much love as like the DRZ, well, the KLX now is new, so it's gonna get some love. But this is like the tried and true, hop on it, have a blast. I really need to get the XR100 out, ride that around, scare some people, because that thing's just a blast, and it's street legal. So yeah, at least the Speed Twin or Speedmaster, I don't know why I always call it Speed Twin, probably because there's speeds in both the name. It does blow my mind that the Speedmaster that has the 1200cc engine is only 80 horsepower, where the Speed Twin has 100 horsepower with the same 1200 engine. But I think that has to do with the cams and ignition and all kinds of fun stuff. But alright, good times. Figure out what to do next on the KLX. I'll probably start putting some accessories on this thing. I should probably take all the screws out of the tires on the KO, because I took that thing ice racing and now it's getting to where there's no ice left, so I want to take that on some trails. I wish somebody would buy the freaking Apollo. The things that I'm getting offered for the Apollo is sad. Knowing me, I'm just going to end up keeping it. I'm going to let it Elise ride it on some trails, see how she likes it. Yeah, don't fucking die. That thing needs to go. Thanks for watching. Enjoy, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. We'll get back out here, get some work done on some of these bikes. I'm pretty sure the DRZ is fairly done. I did get a sidetrack note. I did get a 12 o'clock bar for it. Needs to go on there. I'm going to try to do some wheelies. Probably going to try to do wheelies on the KLX first, though. KLX was cheaper. I feel like if I drop it, it's going to be cheaper to fix. Who knows? Whatever. Alright, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Get some of this crap out of my garage. Love you guys. That's it.